Here are three of the goads used by Jesus on Paul. Firstly, his subconscious doubts. With his conscious mind, he proclaimed Jesus as an impostor who had been rejected as the Messiah by his own people and died under the curse of God on a cross. Yet Paul would have heard reports about Jesus' teaching and his miracles, his claims and character, and together with the talk that Jesus had been raised from the dead. And then there was the testimony of Stephen. Paul, we know, had been present at the trial of Stephen and had seen his execution, and both the non-resistance while being stoned to death and his face shining like an angel. He had heard Stephen's speech at this trial, his prayer for forgiveness of his executioners, and his astonishing claim to have seen Jesus Christ at the right hand of God. There was something about these Christians that could not be explained, at least by Paul, and it was the divine living power of Jesus Christ, active and dynamic in the lives of his followers. And then thirdly, there was the inadequacy of the law to save. Paul claimed to be faultless, that is, in his public life. In private, however, he knew that his thoughts and attitudes were not clean. For example, his sin, his hidden sin of covetousness. Therefore he had no inner power or peace, and it was the goads of Jesus, pricking him, stunning him. Paul's conversion was a sudden climax to a long drawn-out process of the lover, Jesus Christ, pursuing him. And yet while his conversion was not sudden, it was also not forced upon him. Indeed, forcing him to the ground blind, he didn't change his character and turn him into a robot or an automaton. And when Jesus asked the questions, Paul didn't have to answer the questions of Jesus. Paul's conversion, while not sudden or compulsive, was due entirely to the gracious pursuit of Jesus Christ. Not everybody has sudden flashes of lights and voices that say his name. No one else has seen the historical fact of Jesus' resurrected body and a call to be an apostle. Yet there are similarities with us. To be converted, we did not and do not need those things to happen any more than we have to travel to the same spot Paul was at on the road to Damascus. We must experience a personal encounter with Jesus, surrendering to him our will in faith and receive his order to serve him. And just as Jesus Christ has pursued all people everywhere over the past 2,000 years to return into a dynamic relationship with him, just as he did with me, and I handed my life over to him, millions of other people have also done that down through the centuries, including our own. And my final question or statement to you is, have you given your life to Jesus Christ?